Top 5 Deep Web Horror Stories. Though we all surf the internet every day, surfing is by definition a surface-level activity. We stay in that nice, clear top layer of cats, nostalgia, and Netflix. For the most part, it's safe there, and it is beholden to the same sets of rules that we are, namely social contracts, and the legal system. But it's a long, deep descent if you want to explore all the internet holds. At the bottom, the deep web, and the even shadowier dark web, life is different than at the surface. Cats are fewer in number, substituted mainly by drug deals. Nostalgia is replaced by extremist meetups. And Netflix is traded in for subgenres of adult entertainment that the government, and most of humanity, rightly shuns. In these deep places of the web, scary things happen. If us innocent surface dwellers ever dare to venture down there, we should brace ourselves. Anything is possible in a domain full of anonymity, and free of oversight. Despite this, some of us do make the plunge, and luckily for us, some have decided to share their experience on Reddit. Here are 5 deep web horror stories from Reddit users. Number 5. At Home Vasectomy. This one is as puzzling as it is disgusting. User Busty_Crustacean writes briefly that they found DIY vasectomy kit on SR. It was a kit of weird dentist tool looking hooks, and some tube thing. $20. SR of course being the Silk Road, this means that this at-home surgery kit was listed for sale on a semi-public marketplace. For only $20, you could buy the means to give yourself surgery at home. Non-anesthetized, you have to assume. Probably most worrisome is that the laws of economics, as well as the sheer amount of humans on this earth, suggest that there were likely at least a few buyers. Which you have to assume led to some grisly accidents. And honestly, in a way it would be even more worrying if someone bought this kit, used it, and absolutely nailed the procedure. Number 4. Serial Killer's Homepage. User Sakyoku Shah stumbled across the actual home website of a serial killer, later arrested for his crimes. The site features mainly the killer's own drawings, which depicted serial killer stuff which won't be detailed here. Let's just simplify it as gruesome murder and subsequent mutilation of bodies. Though some drawings were simple and crude, others were more lifelike, and all the more disturbing because of it. Eventually one of the killer's actual photos loaded, which depicted, let's call them trophies. There were about half a dozen trophies in various stages of decomposition, displayed on a shelf. Though the website has since been found and removed, it is apparently archived for your viewing pleasure. Number 3. Enriched Uranium for sale. When the infamous Silk Road was shut down, an even larger deep web marketplace named Alphabay took its place. While idly surfing the site, user Cat5 found a listing for enriched uranium. Enriched uranium is of course one of the crucial components in creating nuclear weapons. The odds of a real sample being listed publicly, even on a site hidden within an onion address, are slim to none, but as Cat5 says, probably a scam, but it was still scary. If it were real, then Cat5 finding it means many much more sinister entities did, as well. Number 2. The portals. A website not being indexed by search engines is one thing. Actively hiding via onion services like Tor is another. But beyond even that, there is a whole world of encryption and camouflage that the average internet user is completely unaware of. User Progressive Coder dubs this phenomenon the portals. Seemingly innocuous sites that have clues hidden in the page source, or seemingly innocent image galleries containing images that have audio clues, or other things embedded in the code that has to be extracted through specific means. This process allows savvy coders to hide things so they can never be found, unless they so desire. One example progressive coder found was a PDF that was a copy of the original Anarchist's cookbook, first edition, before it was heavily edited and stripped down. It had in there including detailed chemical breakdowns of military-grade explosives, way deeper than just your typical "this is how you build a weapon" stuff. And truly, that is just the tip of an iceberg that descends deep down into the dark. Number 1. We See You. User Faking Ton recounts their experience on the early days of the internet, when the deep web was not yet a term, because everything was deep. Their story is worth checking out in its entirety, but the short version is that the user was casually surfing and stumbled upon something odd and cryptic. Through a series of internet maneuvers, they were able to make their way through the rabbit hole to a directory of what appeared to be records a psychologist or similar mental health professional would keep. The images were of faxes, apparently of both military and medical nature. While browsing the files, the user noticed a new HTML file named something like 1-helloThere.html. The timestamp was from right that minute. I opened it, and in plain text was the message "We see you." No quotes, all lowercase. About 15 seconds later the server dropped. Sometimes, in obscure places on the internet, just being seen is scary enough.